We are on a family trip. Me, Georgiana, Stella, brother Tyler, and...
Brother Tyler.
We're hitting Bricks and Minifigs grand opening in Mishawaka. So, come with us on our journey. Let's go meet some Lego friends, and Stella will just sit pretty here in the car. Now, Georgiana's gonna take her, and we're gonna do our Lego thing. So, see you on over there. Okay, I'm just arriving, waiting for my boys, Tyler and CPA, but this is the Bricks and Minifigs in Mishawaka, and look at the line out the door. I'm about a half hour early. There's gotta be at least 100 people here. This is absolutely crazy. So let's go ahead and get to the back of the line. Live reaction.
A lot more than 100 people, I think, already, sadly. No free torso for us.
So I'm here at Bricks and Minifigs in Mishawaka, Indiana. Got some wind, and look at the line. You can see there's probably over maybe 200 and 300 people. I'm gonna go take you to the front of the store here just to get a showcase of what this looks like. I haven't even looked at the front of the store, so I wanna see exactly what this is. Okay, so here is the front logo sign, Bricks and Minifigs. They have a giant inflatable minifig up here in the front, and there's the front of the store. You can see the line is, this is literally the front door here. And then check this out. This is insane. This is a good view. Oh my goodness. Easy 200 people. So I guess the first 100 people get a minifig that says Bricks and Minifigs. I don't think I'm in number 100. I'm probably at like 150, 200. So I won't be able to showcase that. Maybe I can ask someone to take a picture and show you what that looks like. But yeah, honestly, I came 30, 40 minutes earlier, and these people have been out here since 9 a.m. So sadly, we won't be doing that, but this is a pretty cool view.
Okay, so we're here at BAM Mishawaka. We tried to be the first 100 here for a free torso, but we were probably number 700, so that's a long shot. I'm waiting outside the exit door right now. I got a $5 bill in my hand, and hopefully someone wants to give up one of their beautiful Mishawaka torsos for $5. But I do have 2 5s in case it comes to that. $10 is the max budget of today. How about one of those torsos they gave out by chance?
Sorry.
You happen to have one of those torsos from in there? The Mishawaka, like torsos? By any chance? Not even for $10.
Still standing in line, but here's the front entrance. Buy, sell, trade. I didn't buy anything to sell, but let's give this a go. Kicking things off behind the one register is a bunch of new and retired Lego sets that are, I would say, probably 100% complete or near there, but they actually had some really good prices. One that drew my eye right away was the Lego Icons Bookshop for a pretty fair price point of what, $175 when that one retailed at $200.
No. We need to at least do $5 or $10. No, I feel
Absolutely not. We stood an hour.
yeah, no, it's worth $10 an hour. That's minimum wage, right?
No, you can just have it.
That's like the nicest thing I've seen all day.
Yes, totally fine.
Okay, that is absolutely incredible.
Or minifigures, you can build one of those for $5.
Wait, I'll give you. No, look.
So I'll let Tyler explain this.
Okay, so I tried a couple times outside, and no cigars out there. You know, they just literally they were taking their torsos and running their cars pretty much out there. We finally got inside. About an hour and a half later, first person I asked, all right, she said, I'm like, hey, do you need some money for it? She gave this to me for free, but then her friend over there was like, hey, we need some money. So I gave her a $5. I gave the other girl a $5. So for $10, I got the BAM.
Let's see this thing.
The BAM Mishawaka torso.
And she dressed it up too. That is pretty sweet, man.
And then what I would assume, maybe her boyfriend told me to keep it the same. I'll keep it the same. I only care about the torso. I'll keep it the same for the memory.
It looked cool with a clone helmet. I will say that.
Clone helmet only if it's a Clone Wars clone though.
There you go.
But nonetheless, that's the first pickup of the day. Probably the only pickup.
$10 fig.
$10 thing.
That's not bad.
Worth it though. Worth it.
This one's sale.
Grand opening, March 22nd, 2025. On the back. That is pretty cool. Was it just a torso? Or was the whole fig just like that? She got some maybe.
So you're able to put the rest on there.
Sick. So they have an entire wave of new Lego sets here, brand new in box that are still on the market, and they're actually all at MSRP price. So like $140 for that one. I think even the Chewbacca, which is retired, is at $200, $180 on the Dark Falcon. All of the helmet collector series from Lego Star Wars. I'm sure it's not the rare Qui-Gon Jinn minifig, but still all at retail. And then going to the opposite side, they have retired Lego sets over on this side. I mean, huge ones like the Homer Simpson's house that's been retired for so long. Brand new sealed in box. The Quickie Mart, they got some Star Wars over there. You got Tyler and Lightbricks and Richie looking at Lego sets. But check this one out. They got Pirates of the Caribbean from Dead Man No Tell No Tale, Silent Mary. A beautiful, beautiful set. That is gorgeous. And also, check this out. Phantom. OG Admiral Thrawn plus Chopper. That was very nice. Ninjago movie Dragon, bro. In 120 brand new. I feel like the prices, I'm really impressed, are pretty spot on. And like not overly priced. Like this is nice to see. So yeah, hopefully they can continue this because I'm like I said, pretty impressed. But so you guys know I'm a huge Ninjago fan, so it looks like they got some Ninjago sets, but I think it's a good price. I might actually pick up that one right there for 40. It comes with one of the Serpentine Generals. It's got some mechs, some what is that? It's, the Stone Warrior Army, Destiny's Bounty for 115, which the MSRP was 130. The old 130 Crane, the Wrecking Ball from Ninjago, Temple from Prime Empire. I mean, really just quite a selection, but also an entire wall of Bionicle, who CPA live in action looks to be going crazy for it. They have all of these storage containers and picture frames. Oh my gosh. And a bunch of the like Lego minifig heads. I actually didn't even know they made these tiny storage heads. Those are really cool. They got even smaller ones and studs, bricks. I'll be honest, I didn't even know some of these existed. So that's kind of cool to see in person. Pretty decently priced and on par with like Legos. So you guys know I love collecting minifigures. Specifically, they have an entire whole segment of just loose end minifigs, from Star Wars to collectible minifigures to Ninjago. So if you're ever looking for one, I feel like this probably could be a good place to pick some up if you need it. The same thing goes with bulk Lego. They have bins full of just miscellaneous pieces, and you can actually notice some from sets. Like that was one of the Star Wars TIE Fighters, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, truthfully, a bunch of good pieces. They have their own Pab Cup. CPA was obviously calling out some of the Bionicle pieces because he's a huge Bionicle fan. And I think the price tag was like 3 cups for 13, if I'm not mistaken. But they do have 2 different size cups, so I guess I'm not too sure. I didn't buy any bulk pieces, so not my total interest, but hey, it's just offered there. They do have sets in display cases. I would call these more of the higher end. They have the 2002 Slave One with the Jango Fett minifig. That one was at $400, and I don't know the condition of the fig. I'm assuming good if it was on display here like this. So that's actually not a bad price point for that set, considering how expensive it has gotten. They had sealed sets as well, like Parisian Restaurant from the modular line, the Death Star 2, Nintendo Entertainment System that recently retired, and all those other sets we showcased that was behind the checkout. 125. Is that even a good deal? 110. Is that a good deal?
I mean, sealed is like $300. So like if you take that into account, I mean, if it's complete, I mean, that's not a bad deal at all.
They just don't make them. Even this, man.
Well, again, dude, even compared to these 100 to 100, I mean, I'd pay $10 more for that.
Oh yeah, exactly. I'd pay $10 more for that.
Dude,
and that's the big one of 3-in-1 versions. So like theoretically, all the pieces are there. Got a nice little raffle going on.
Yep.
I'll put mine in this one for the Star Wars lot. I'll give away every one of those sets if we win.
I'm sure you can go get it.
But back to those display cases, they even have some of the old Dimension sets, like Jay with his lightning ship inside of there. That one's pretty cool. More on the Ninjago side of figs, collectible minifigures. There's so many different ones. I think the Ninjago one always catches my eye. They had a Samukai in there for $50. I couldn't tell exactly his condition, but same thing with Phantom. And if you're not mistaken, that Samukai goes for like $90 to $100. So pretty crazy. There's definitely deals out there to be made if you know what you're looking for. Yo. Minty.
And I'll say this much for the vlog. If you know, you know, man, the antenna. The antenna's the highlight here. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Just getting out of the line from Bricks and Minifigs, and still quite a bit of a line, but very much less than where we came in at. All right, we are freezing. Well, at least I am. Georgiana's been in the car just reading, and Stella's nice and warm, so she's laying on my lap. But we're heading to lunch here. We're heading out of Bricks and Minifigs. I actually have a huge lot I'm picking up from Tyler that I can't wait to share case with you guys. So we're gonna go make that Chipotle deal in the parking lot and grab some Chipotle because I'm fasting and I can't really eat much. So yay. All right, so I'm buying a lot here of, I'll let Tyler speak to it.
So I think this is either 36, 37, or 38 figs. I think it's maybe 38, since $100 credit, 280, something like that. So,
yeah,
somewhere in that range. All beautiful condition. Used, but I hand looked.
Ooh, is that a titanium Zane?
Every single one of these. They were dusted, cleaned. They're beautiful.
Sheesh.
There's not a speck of there's no cracks. There's no boogers on them. No nothing.
So like basically almost brand new figs, and they're all for my Ninjago collection because
sir.
we're going for every single Ninjago minifigure. So this is 37 Ninjago characters that I'll crack open and show you guys.
Well, and even cooler, I mean, all of these are like, what, 2012 to 2017-ish?
Yeah, so relatively all very, the OGs
Yeah, a
basically.
lot of old stuff that maybe some of you guys haven't seen before. So I would assume Creaso's going to show a close-up
Yep.
at the house at some point.
I will
so.
crack these open and do an honorary mention in here.
Heck yeah.
So it's been a long time after this amazing trip to the Bricks and Minifigs, but we just spent the entire day. It's going on almost 1 in the morning here, Eastern time, but some family on Georgiana's side of things. But anyways, wrapping it up here, I have pulled out 37 Ninjago minifigures from that lot, and I wanted to showcase you this massive $500 Ninjago minifig unboxing. So thank you for sticking around. Let's take a look what we picked up. Okay, the lighting is really bad in here, and this is off script, but I just want to showcase these because I'm too excited not to showcase these today. So first up, and I'll probably get some of these wrong, we have Air Jitsu Lloyd. I think this is the FS Spin Jitsu Burst Lloyd, if I'm not mistaken. This would be Tournament of Elements Lloyd. This variant here, I actually don't even know. I think this is just a legacy, if I'm not mistaken. And then this, I think, should be Hands of Time. Moving into Cole here. Again, I think this one is also Hands of Time. Ninja Suit. Here we have, maybe that's Skybound. No, that's Hands of Time. This is from Possession. That is actually Cole as a ghost. Really awesome minifig. Can't wait to add that one to the collection. Here is the Tournament of Elements, Season 4. Here is a Tournament of Elements as well, if I'm not mistaken, with his printing on his mask piece. Here's the Air Jitsu variation. Really cool minifig there. Love those Air Jitsu suits. For Zane, it looks like we scooped up a nice titanium version. Here's a Series 4 Tournament of Elements titanium Zane as well. Really awesome to see him come alive there in that season. Rebooted, he does have his headpiece gear, like basically torn apart, and then you can actually see his insides there. Pretty cool. Air Jitsu, love that one. This would be Skybound. Very nice suit there with their calling card from the Ninja. Moving into J, that will be Tournament of Elements with, if I'm not mistaken, with that top mask piece. This would be Hands of Time J. This would be his Skybound variant. Here is a different, unique, I think that might be Sons of Garment. No, Hands of Time. See, I'm getting these mixed up now. Yeah, and then this, I think, is just a rebooted, or not a rebooted, just a miscellaneous legacy one. Moving forward, we got Into Kai here. That should also be Hands of Time. This one's Hands of Time, and I think this might just be a Legacy Kai. Also got Avatar Kai, and then this variant here, which is from Skybound. We do get 2 different variations of Samurai X, aka Nia. Nia from Possession as well, Nia in Possession, and then also the Hands of Time one. As far as villain characters, we got Garmadon, 2 different variations of Sensei Wu, a Pixel in the Samurai X suit, Skylar, which actually, believe it or not, don't have Skylar, the Crystallized Aspira, don't have that one either, Mistake, and lastly, a Ronin in his sand green. I will definitely do another clip in the future of all these minifigs, but I wanted to add it in here just to showcase, and for all the true fans here that are sticking around to the end of today's video, just to showcase the love for these minifigs, because this was an awesome lot. Huge shout out to Tyler from Life Break Studios. I know he was selling off some of his Ninjago collection, and you know, he offered, if he's like, hey man, I got, you know, a bunch of figs if you want, and this all worked out perfect. So Tyler, if you're watching this, massive thank you, bro. I really appreciate it. Anyways, that's gonna wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed the Bricks and Minifigs. I heard there's one opening up in the Chicagoland area very soon, and hopefully we have the opportunity to go to that one or something like that. That would be really cool if I'm open to go. Let me know in the comments if you're interested. I would definitely like to do a little meet and greet, and that'd be a lot of fun. Anyways, that's gonna wrap it up. Love you guys. Hope you enjoyed this. If you're staying up for the Formula 1 race, or have already stayed up for the Formula 1 race, because it'd be already over in China at the time I released this, probably in like a week after I filmed it, well, I wonder who will win. I'm going for Team Ferrari. That's who I support. Anyways, wrap it up. Love you guys. See you in the next one. Peace.